Have you ever noticed how much easier some behaviors become in certain environments and how much harder they become in others? Most people underestimate how strongly their environments influence their thoughts, their habits, energy, emotions, choices, and then they blame themselves when change feels difficult. I'm Dr. Julie Donley, a leadership coach, an award winning author, a speaker, and a former executive nurse in behavioral health care. And I help people to lead themselves and others with more calm, clarity, and confidence. And in my book, Does Change Have to Be So Hard? I write about why change feels so difficult and how our mindset either helps us move forward and supports us or keeps us stuck. Now, in the book, I provide 8 mindset strategies for making change easier and more sustainable. And the fourth of these strategies is to create an environment to support the change that you want to make. Because change becomes much harder when your environment is constantly reinforcing the very behaviors you're trying to change. And the environment means much more than physical space. It includes the people around you, your routines, your schedule, the conversations you're having, your stress level, your habits, the information you consume, your work culture, and even the expectations you place on yourself. All of these things influence your behavior. Now, this connects very strongly to the H and A in hard. What makes change hard are habits and attachments, resistance and discouragement. And for this strategy, it connects very closely for habits and attachments because human beings naturally adapt to their environment over time. So if you're constantly surrounded by stress or a toxic environment or urgency, negativity, distraction, chaos, unhealthy boundaries, or people who reinforce those old patterns and dynamics, will change can feel much harder to sustain. And sometimes people are deeply attached to familiarity, their familiar environments, because, because change can be difficult, even when those environments are exhausting them or even hurting them. And that's important to understand because many people keep trying to create change while remaining fully immersed in the very conditions that support the old behavior and don't want to let go of the old you. For example, trying to reduce stress without changing your boundaries can be nearly impossible. Trying to think positively while consuming negativity and watching the news all day. Trying to become healthier without creating supportive routines. Trying to become calmer while living in this constant urgency. Trying to lead differently while staying surrounded by reactive communication. It's very difficult to kind of bring yourself out of those environments to uh, to change, to bring something new to that environment. So the environment does matter. It doesn't mean you can't change your environment, but you do need to look at it because if you cannot influence your environment, then it is influencing you. And honestly, this is one reason why change can feel so discouraging and so hard. People think, why can't I stick with this? Without recognizing just how much friction their environment is creating, making it nearly impossible to do something different. So, one of the most helpful questions you can ask yourself is what in my environment is reinforcing the behavior I want to change? And then, what small adjustment might better support the person I'm trying to become? What do I need? Sometimes the answer is physical. You reorganize your workspace, you hire an organizer, right? You prepare differently, learn to be a little more proactive rather than reactive. You reduce distractions, turn your phone off when you're in meetings or having a conversation. Sometimes the answer might be emotional. You create more space in your time to think. You pause. Protect your peace more intentionally. You stop overexposing yourself to stress or stressful situations. Sometimes the answer may be relational. You might have to communicate boundaries. You might have to say no. You might spend more time with supportive people or limit conversations that constantly pull you backward. Now, this was something that I had to do with a family member. I had to limit my time with this person, communicate boundaries. It's not okay to yell at me. It is not okay to insult me, right? And even limited the time with that person. Sometimes the answer is simply slowing down long enough to notice what is affecting you because your environment, including the people in your life, shape behaviors gradually, often quietly and invisibly. You don't even realize it until one day you do wake up to the fact that your environment has been training you all along to be a certain way that is no longer serving you. And that is why intentional environments matter so much in both leadership and life. Healthy healthy environments support healthier thinking, clearer communication, stronger boundaries, and more sustainable growth. And this is part of leading at the speed of people. So take a moment to reflect what in your environment may be making change harder for you right now, and what might make change easier for you right now. What do you need? Now, this strategy comes directly from my book, Does Change Have to Be So Hard? Where I explain these strategies in much more depth. So, to learn more, you can visit my website, drjuliedonley.com, or search for Does Change Have to Be So Hard on Amazon or your favorite bookstore. So, if this resonated with you, then be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of this good strategy sessions, and share it with someone who's going through a lot of change, who could use some support, and who wants to lead at the speed of people. I'm Dr. Julie Donley. Till next time, happy leading.